This is Jimmy Cab, State to Broadcast 5150 interview series here in lovely gentrified downtown Los Angeles. It still is LA, right?
It is.
It doesn't look like LA.
Look at that.
Looks
Look at
like
that shit going up, dude.
looks like New York. But anyways, we're here at the 5 Star, which eventually will no longer exist, with Mike Abominator, ex-Mike Abominator of ex-Gravefield, now Ruin. Let me start off by saying this. There are so many bands in Los Angeles that run their course, so to speak, in the extreme music scene. They become very mundane, they become very boring, predictable. One of the things that I enjoy about your new project, which is Ruin, which has absolutely nothing to do with what you were doing prior. How did this come about?
I think that was the whole point, was I wanted to do something completely different, you know.
Thank you.
I think I had run my course with what I was doing, and the fire wasn't the same, you know.
Did you start getting boring?
It was, absolutely, for me,
Yeah.
you know. And talking to the guys little by little, I think they started to realize it just because we're tight. I mean, Rhett and I go way back, dude. We're best buds and shit. So he saw something was going on. The passion was missing. You know, the gung-ho attitude. You know me, dude. I was all about, fuck yeah, you know, Metal of Death and the whole shebang. So it was one of those things where I think it did grow stale and boring for me. Nothing against that situation at all, really. It was just one of those things where it's time to move on. Because I'm just the type of person that if I'm not going to do something 110%,
Don't do it.
I'm not going to do it. So I wanted to put my heart and effort and conviction into something else. And those, you know, Gravehill wanted to keep going. So it kind of worked itself out because, in my opinion, Gravehill got a new and improved lineup with everybody that they got, with the additions of Body Bag and LD. And Jason's been a fucking champion taking the vocal role over. You know, he's kicked ass, sounds amazing. I actually technically think he's a better fit for especially the new music that they're working on, but it's not even a new direction, it's still Gravehill. You know, with Rhett involved, it's always going to maintain that sound, you know, because he is the heart and soul of that group since the very beginning. So this was just something that I wanted to do, and it was actually a old band that I had back in the early 90s that I kind of resurrected. So I just...
In theory and in music concepts, or what do you mean by that?
Everything. Actually, Ruin was the third band that I ever formed, and we were just basically influenced by a lot of the really, really heavy down-tuned death metal that was coming out of the UK and Finland back in the day. You know, your Abhorrence, early Bolt Thrower, Zeisma, you know, just crazy shit that just kind of took all the earache bands and went with it, you know, whatever. So we were young kids and we got together. Obviously, you know, shit happens, you lose touch with everybody. So when I decided to work on this project, all those old members were long gone out of the scene. You know, I haven't gone anywhere. I guess you could say I'm a lifer in that instance, or a loser, however you want to look at it. But I'm still here, still doing this music, and like you said in the intro, it was one of those things where it's like, this is completely different. Wanted to do something almost like on the flip side of the coin, something completely different. It's still metal, obviously. It's still extreme, it's still underground, but it's totally different, you know, because that was the choice that I wanted to make, was do something that's the complete opposite of what I was doing, in a sense, before. And that, you know, the black death thrash, you know, early 80s death metal stuff. I think I did everything I could with it, to be honest with you. I had nothing more to give to it, so to speak.
What happens in a lot of cases is you become somewhat typecasted. You become somewhat, kind of like an actor that's known. You become that character,
Yes.
You know? For me, even though I still am an avid Gravehill fan, it became very predictable. What I like about your separation from your ex-band and now this new band that you have is the fact that it breathes nothing but freshness. Let me elaborate a little more. The fact that you strip down and you're up there not as a character but as a band in itself is, number one, impeccable, because it takes away the distraction of the visual.
Right.
In other words, your music is more powerful and it's more captivating to me because there are no Tom Jones of death metal showmanship. You're up there doing your thing. But let me ask you this. I noticed that in Ruin, it is way more raw. Is that such a word? It's more raw. Rawer. It's more raw. It's more stripped down. It's more grungier, and it goes for the throat. Is that what you envisioned when you started writing your new music?
Absolutely. I don't know how to do it any other way, really. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So simple, raw, to the point is the way to go for me. I'm not a virtuoso. I didn't go to MIT, and I'm not fucking sitting here like our old guitar player Christian. The motherfucker played, talking to his family, that motherfucker played guitar 18 hours a day, slept with the fucking thing, woke up playing it again, and you can hear it. He's like fucking Eddie Van Halen up there, dude. There's no fucking way that I'm too lazy to fucking really get that good. What I do know is how shitty, down-tuned, fucking brutal, evil, fucked up music should sound. Yeah. And that's what I set out to do. With Gravehill, it was kind of like, this was something that I came up with too, and that I talked with Red about, and even the guys, and we all fed off of it. It was like a pro wrestling character in a sense. And I talk a lot of shit, but we meant what we were doing. It was all metal or death. It was metal or die. Fuck you. We were basically the Niflheim of America in that sense.
But you seem more free with this project.
Totally, yeah, because that's another thing too.
You're not shackled.
Right, and I shackled myself too in Gravehill. A lot of that was my creation and what I wanted to do. And it was just like the blood and the spikes and everything else. It was kind of like, it's awesome and it was fun. It got burned out after a while. It has, you're right. It's one of those things where it's like, it's not new or fresh anymore. And at the same time, there's nothing more to offer for it. And if I continue to do it, it's kind of a fucking, I don't know, man. It's kind of comical in a sense. And as much as I like comedy, I don't want to be a fucking joke in that sense, and I thought, I was hearing a lot of really down-tuned stuff these days, whatever label it's coming out of, this new old school death metal wave or whatever. I got tired of a lot of shit getting overhyped and fucking overplayed and people going apeshit over stuff, and it was almost like, all right, this is what I want to do. Dirty. Let's get fucking dirty again, seriously. And there's a resurgence of that now too. Not to say I started or any bullshit like that. There's no fucking way. Everybody, the creative minds are flowing. There's hundreds of other fucking cats out there that are tired of it too. Good music. We need to fucking make some good shit,
This is what I like about Ruin, is the fact that aside from being stripped down, it's really keeping it simple.
Yes.
It has all the main ingredients. It's like an old school dinner, the meat and the potatoes. It's simple.
Yeah.
But the music is not simple. What I mean by that is I can tell that you put a collective effort into the writing and the process of it. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, David, our drummer, it's the two of us get together, and we're both rabid Discharge fans. Nice. Hellhammer, Venom, and that's like the big three. So it's almost like, let's fucking down-tune it and play it 10 times heavier, but those are our big three influences right there, and we're gonna fucking play shit like that. And obviously you throw in the Bolt Thrower and Abhorrence and Crematory and stuff like that, and old Paradise Lost and all that just brutal shit. Back when brutal death metal was actually the term of this style, not the slam or whatever's going on, all that technical stuff that sounds like a sprinkler.
Would you classify Ruin as a death metal band? That's why I like your band, because it's not, to me, I don't find the classification.
I've heard that, and dude, honestly, Jimmy, fucking people are going to call it whatever they want to call it. To me, as long as they get the fucking same weird fucking feeling in their gut that we get when we're playing this shit, then that's the whole cool thing about getting everybody together into a room and fucking sweating and stinking it up and playing putrid music, that's the rock and roll fucking shit,
Here's another thing that I enjoy about Ruin. Seeing how happy you all are up there. You guys really enjoying what you're doing.
It's just the energy, that's flowing through the veins, I think. Because Ruin is a negative band. It's stark. It's about serial killers, and just evil shit, murder and mass murder, and it's nothing positive. It's nothing comical or funny. Right. But you can see in the performances that we are definitely trying to do the best shit possible, and we are enjoying ourselves. That's no secret. So, you know, it's not like with Grave Hill where I'm fucking smiling the whole time talking shit, you know, doing stand-up comedy, Tom Jones shit like you said. But we definitely enjoy ourselves for sure, you know. And you know, to be honest with you, I don't even notice us smiling up there or whatever. But hey, if we are, I guess we're sneaking past our shitty music.
I didn't mean you're not up there like Madness or Elton John. What I meant is, it's just the chemistry is all completely comfortable and you're all in unison.